Hi folks, I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical therapist.
Together we are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course, Bob.
#1 exercise program at home for type 2 diabetes.
Pay attention, we're going to give you some good options you can do, easy to follow and effective. But before we get on.
If you are new to our channel, please take a second to subscribe to us. We provide videos on how to stay healthy, fit, pain-free, and we upload every day. Also, if you got a minute in your day, go over to the Facebook and like us, Bob and Brad. Because you like us, we like you. It's a reciprocal thing.
Yeah, back and forth.
Back and forth. Quid pro quo.
Okay, Bob, diabetes. If you've got diabetes or your question, make sure you get to the doctor. I don't want you to go start doing exercises to remedy your diabetes unless you've been to the doctor and you've got it all figured out.
You want to make sure it's approved by the man or the woman.
Right.
So.
Thank you, Bob. The next thing is oftentimes diabetes is treated by 3 different avenues. 1 is medication, 2 is diet, 3 is exercise. Not necessarily in that order though, Bob.
Right.
Actually, sometimes they can be treated just approaching this from 1 avenue, but oftentimes it's from all 3.
It's a 3-prong approach.
Exactly.
It's like a stool.
Right.
A 3-legged stool. You take out one of the legs, it may not work.
Right. There you go, Bob. Good analogy.
I thought so.
Okay. The goal is to maintain the blood glucose level. That's the primary one. Also lipids, blood pressure. Those are 3 areas that you want to control, but that blood glucose obviously is really critical. And exercise does that because it allows the muscles, when the muscles contract, it allows more of those sugars from the blood to be absorbed into the muscles. I'm not going to get into the physiology of it because your eyes will glass over.
You do have an interesting article, though, from the Journal of Applied Physiology, right?
Right, and I got the information for that. For oftentimes aerobic exercise is desired for diabetes exercise, although resistive exercise is now becoming more accepted and prescribed as well. So we're going to go over a little bit of both of those.
So by aerobic, are you talking about the high-intensity interval training? Or?
That's a good point, Bob. Actually, on the American Diabetes Association, the common protocol historically was 150 minutes of a brisk walking or an exercise, a moderate exercise.
A week.
All right, 150 minutes a week. 3 days out of the week. So you might go 3 days, 50 minutes of brisk walking, and typically not 2 days in a row, like a Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Sure. So 50 minutes, 3 days, gets to 150, and that's what they recommend.
Right. Although now they're finding out the high intensity, the short bursts of exercise followed by active recovery or that rest period can be effective and much shorter time.
Sure.
Getting the same effects with only 10 minutes of activity versus the 50. So but it's a different way, and we're going to talk about details.
So if you're busy, you may want to go more the high intensity route as opposed to the other route, which is the brisk walking, cycling. Can I mention this one, Brad?
So I think stationary cycling is really good because it's controllable. You can do it in your house. Doesn't matter what the weather is outside. You have a good avenue for aerobic exercise.
So what's cool about this is the desk bike by FlexiSpot, and what you can do is you can actually get your exercise in while you're working.
Right.
So you can actually put a laptop on here, and you can actually, right here.
Right.
I mean, so
I don't think you're going to do a high-intensity workout while you're working, but...
No, you're right. But you could get some low-intensity for longer periods of time.
Right, which is a good idea.
And the nice thing about this, it actually serves also as you can actually do a stand-up desk with this too.
Which is a really neat option.
So if you're interested in this, hit the link below. You'll get 5% off if you use our link. We get a small fee, which we use to help offset the cost of running this channel, which is high intensity, right, Brad, itself?
Exactly. So here we go. Now, we're going to go through some high intensity, a good starting point, because I looked in that Journal of Applied Physiology. They talked about 1 minute of aggressive exercise and 1 minute active recovery. But I can tell you from doing these myself, I would not start unless you're already in shape and you're...
A minute's too long.
Yeah. Start with this, 10 seconds. Aggressive exercise, get that heart rate to come up, and then 30 seconds
of rest.
Yeah, I don't want you to just sit and rest. You actually want to stay standing, stay moving around. You can do like on the bike, you just go to a real slow pedal. When you hit that 10 seconds for aggressive, you go about as hard as you can with good control, though. You don't want the pedals, your feet coming off the pedal.
Okay, so if I'm pedaling, I'm going to go 10 seconds pretty
aggressively,
rapidly, and maybe even a higher resistance?
Yeah, but not real high. You want to get
Okay.
the RPMs up.
Sure.
But your feet have to stay controlled. You're not bouncing on the seat, and your feet are well controlled on the pedals. Bob's
And then
really tall.
And then I'm going to slow down.
Right. Well, we can do this a little bit. We can actually
Sure.
do a little timing. Liz, you want to catch the time on that clock there? Are you ready? Give us 10 seconds. Go. All right, Bob, pick it up. Keep breathing, though. Don't hold your breath. Relax, relax. There you go. Nice job. Keep it going. Good control. And when 10 seconds is up, let us know, Liz.
Well, that was
Time.
the longest 10 seconds of my life.
Now you just get to relax, breathe. This whole thing about breathing I'm talking about is really critical because it's going to allow oxygen in, get that carbon dioxide out, allows the system work effectively. When it's got 5 seconds before the 10 seconds, go again.
So 30-second rest?
Yep, 30 seconds, active recovery, nice, easy pedaling.
So how many times would you do this? For 10 minutes?
10 minutes total.
Okay.
Yep, so it's going to be about 8 cycles.
Sure.
Are you ready again?
Ready.
Go. 10 seconds. There you go. There. Thanks, Bob.
I'm
Good,
breathing.
relaxed breathing. Good. Holler when 10 seconds is up. Good. And then
Okay.
relax again. Now, if you
When I
are,
don't watch her, it goes faster.
yeah, believe me, when you get done with 10 seconds, if you have not been active,
Right.
you're going to feel
gonna
it. You're
feel
going to
it.
say, this is more than enough.
What would you do for walking, though? Would you walk really fast for 10 seconds and then walk slower?
Right.
Okay,
right.
so
And
kind of a speed
You
walking?
could do it on a treadmill. You know, if you have a
Sure.
treadmill, if you're going outside walking, of course, if you're going uphill or downhill, is going to make a little variance. But you
Sure.
get the appropriate walking course for that. Sit on there again, Bob. I just want to give the viewers, if you do have a stationary bike and you want to keep your knees healthy, Bob's 6'6", but this seat is way too low for him.
Yeah.
He would raise up about 4 to 6 inches so that when your foot is on the bottom, your knee is almost straight. That'll help your knees out in the long run. If you don't have a stationary bike and you want to do something inside the house, what I recommend is get yourself some bands. Here we got the Sync band, we really like those. And you put the band around anything solid. We use the wall anchor because it works really well, and actually we invented
We
it.
invented it, so.
But you can go wherever you want with this. When you buy these, you can put it into the door. They have a little attachment
Yeah.
for it. But want to give me 10 seconds? I'm going to show you a real simple exercise. We're just going to pull back with the arms. Ready?
Yeah.
And we're going to do some high marching. And we'll do this. Now, it doesn't look real hard, but I can guarantee you,
Yeah,
Okay.
that's 10 seconds.
my heart rate's off. If I had a heart
Straighten your
rate,
collar, Brad, by the way.
oh my gosh, but I can't see that. But
Whoa,
30
okay.
seconds is up. Give me a cue. Now for my next 10 seconds, I'm going to go this direction so I balance out the muscle grades on both sides to maintain good posture. How are we doing? I'm getting excited.
I think you just said for the next sexton.
Wow, Bob, this is a family,
Family show.
program. I know.
know, somebody
we
will
need
point
a
it out.
speech therapist.
All right.
10 seconds. Now I'm going to go the opposite direction. Same motion with my legs, but make sure you don't go back really far and stretch your shoulders out. Keep it good control. And if it's too easy with the bands, you just simply go out a little bit
And
farther.
what's nice about this is working your core really well, and it's getting you're getting your chest muscles, you're getting your posture muscles.
And balance.
Yeah.
So it's really
So-
good options. Now, we would do that same thing. I just did 2 sets, but we do that up to 10 minutes. Now, if it gets too easy for you, you can increase from 10-second high intensity to 15 and 30-second rest, or 20, depending on where you want to go with
So
it.
you want to start moving it up. I mean,
Right.
you want to start as you get in better shape.
Sure.
Now, you're going to do squats and lunges too,
Yeah,
Brad?
now that's for resistive. Now, if you do want to go to the resistive exercises, this is something you're not gonna go out and buy big heavy weights and really do some powerlifting, particularly as a beginner. I mean, you could get into that, but probably it's not gonna be an option for most people. But using the bands really is a nice option because they take up very little space. Again, they're inexpensive, and they work really well.
Yeah.
So we could do squats and
Air squats.
right, do air squats. You might want something to balance yourself with. Hold on to furniture or cupboard. Good body posture. And we're just going to squat down. We're not going to go all the way down to here. We're going to go down till our thighs are level with the floor. Or if that's too difficult, go what's comfortable.
Yeah, just do shallow ones.
Right.
There's no reason you have to go all the way
Right.
down. By
A
any
lot of
means.
muscle mass work in
Yeah.
here. We got quads, hamstrings, glutes. And we're going to do these for 10 seconds. I'm not going to have Liz time on this. We'll just go through it. Okay, and then when you rest, you may just, shake it off a little bit. and do some stretching, moving around. Work those ankles.
If you don't
might be
want
a
to
good
time
thing.
it, you could actually do reps. You
Sure.
could do like 10 reps and then rest for 30 seconds.
Right.
I mean,
Sure,
yeah.
sure. With my personality, I wouldn't do that, but
I know.
I got one of those
I'm well
personalities.
aware of that.
If you want more resistance, you take this and you go like this and do the same squat with some resistance. Really nice way. It's smooth. It allows movement with your arms. You're not locked into a bar. So there's some good advantages of it. And I'm trying to keep my knees where they belong, Bob. Can you show
No,
me?
you're going a little further.
I
ahead.
know. There we go. If I can work it
There
like
you
that.
go. And then you can do some lunges too, right?
Yeah, and that's really nice. I'm actually going to do it from this level. The different level really makes a difference. So you'll go 10 seconds lunging out like this. And the bands help your balance.
Yeah, they do. That's why I like doing with the bands, because it gives you a little resistance, but it also helps you with your balance. So you
Right.
can,
And here you get the legs. This is a really good.
you can do proper form.
Yeah.
So again, a 10-second workout, eventually maybe work up to 15, 20, and maybe go 30-30, where you go 30,
Sure.
30 workout, 30 rest.
And then you got your goal of 50% on, 50% rest, which is
Right.
the ideal prescription
Ratio.
ratio.
So,
So there you go, Bob.
All right,
I'm getting
well-
tired.
so that'll give you some ideas. You can either take 10 minutes out of your day, and that would be every other day too, right?
Right. Yep. That would be start with 3 days a week, every other day. If you wanna go-
Or you can go ahead and do the brisk walking or the biking.
Right. So I would start with this. When you get this mastered, there's other options down the road. One
And
step at a time.
Remember, Brad and I can fix just about anything,
Except,
a broken heart.
there you go.
But we're working on it.
Say no more, Bob.
Thanks.